Good afternoon, everyone. Today is June 30th, Sunday afternoon, and today we complete our first year as collaborating as two parishes, St. Anne by the Sea and Our Lady of the Assumption. And Father Will and I complete our first year of our assignment as clergy serving this parish. I've been criticized before about I'm looking around and it looks like I'm reading. Well, I'm going to confess I have a list and I need a list because I'm over 50. First, I want to offer true congratulations and sincere happiness for the accomplishment we made this year as two parishes collaborating. I think we've done an outstanding job, and we've done far more than I had hoped to do, though with high expectations that I usually have, not as much as I wanted to do. We've had a great start, and I contribute that mostly to our staff and our councils, but really to all of the parishioners for an open-mindedness of the collaborative process that we are in. Some of the accomplishments we have achieved this year was, first of all, beginning collaborating as two parishes that were separate up until a year ago. Early on, we began to join our staffs so that we would have one staff for the two parishes, which gave us more access to different services that each parish couldn't provide individually. We joined our councils. We joined our pastoral councils into one collaborative pastoral council. Canonically, each parish has to have a finance council, but we have met collaboratively and individually as finance council to begin the journey. Our pastoral council and finance councils came together last fall for the first time to talk about how things had been going previously and what we hope to accomplish this year. And it was a great meeting. It was a great first time coming together. One of the first agenda items for our pastoral council was to devise a new Mass schedule taking into account the fact that we are working as a collaborative of two parishes. That came about and recommended to me in November, and we began the Mass schedule in January. Mass schedules changes are always difficult for parishes, but I will say that the Mass schedule change and the Mass schedule development for the collaborative was probably one of the smoothest, if not the smoothest, that I have ever experienced in my priesthood. And there was very little loss insofar as the amount of parishioners who worship. So I thank everyone for that and an openness to that. This was also a year that we brought together a collaborative Christmas schedule, collaborative Holy Day of Obligation schedule, and we did one Easter Triduum for the both parishes. All of that was orchestrated by our liturgical ministers, our musicians, but most of all planned by our pastoral council and our staff. Our pastoral council chair, Jack Hanratty, and Jamie Connors had said that it was by far one of our best accomplishments, bringing together the Easter Triduum. We also had combined First Communions and confirmations as well. I was very excited when I was asked in April if we would have a seminarian intern for the summer. That was a first experience for me, and from what I understand, a first experience, if not a first experience, the first experience in a long time for both of our parishes to be able to mentor a seminarian for the summer. We have been blessed to have Joe Jasinski with us for these past 5 weeks, and he has another 3 weeks. Joe has been a delightful addition to our parishes, and I think I can speak for Joe to say that he is thoroughly enjoying his time here in Marshfield. As I told him, being in a beach community for the summer is kind of a nice little advantage for a summer assignment. I'm very thankful to Joe. I'm very thankful to everyone for being open to Joe. I don't know if Joe knows this, but I will say it, that Joe has done more, I think, for our parishes and more for me personally as a priest than we may have done for Joe. Joe has really brought great gifts here, and I hope to come out at the end of his assignment as a better and holier priest. We also have some men who are either in formation or applying for formation for priesthood or permanent diaconate. There is a parishioner who is in formation for permanent diaconate. He's been in formation for a year now. We had the blessing of ordaining a brand new permanent deacon for our collaborative, Deacon Walter Seaman, and it is a great pleasure to have him in our parish. We didn't plan this, but shortly after his ordination, a couple months after, we also bid farewell at the death of Deacon John Hume. And Walter has carried on very well as a deacon serving our parishes. One of the areas that I would have loved to have had a better take on during this year was our faith formation religious education programs. Though at the time that we started, it was difficult to begin hiring someone, so we went through the year to the degree that we could, and I think we could have made a better effort to help Catherine Rain with the faith formation team. But also, I don't think we put the resources that we should have into our students, so I apologize for that. In that same vein, we do have 2 new hires for our faith formation team. Tara will be starting actually tomorrow, and she will be leading the elementary age students, grades 1 through 5. And Noah will be leading our junior high school and high school programs. This year, confirmation is switching from 10th grade to 8th grade, so we're revamping our whole program, and there'll be more to come about that. But we welcome Tara and Noah to our team. Another area that we really had to focus on was our facilities. I think both parishes had a different schedule of facilities maintenance and different amounts of deferred maintenance on both of our campuses. To help me with that, I have hired a new facilities technician, and his name is Ray Hoover. He started at the beginning of June, end of May. Ray comes with a great deal of experience in facilities management, and he's been assessing and starting to coordinate the different priorities we have for our facilities. There's been a lot of questions about my own facilities management, and there should be, because I'm not a facilities manager, and it's really not my high suit. One of the biggest questions has been, and wonders, has been the flooring problem at St. Anne's. Timing wise, it came at a bad time and I couldn't focus my attention onto it. And I'm actually glad that I couldn't, because there were subsequential leaks in the heating pipes which had caused the buckling of the floor. And I'm glad we didn't put a new floor in right away just to have that problem again. We've had that assessed with engineers from the Archdiocese and a flooring company, and we need to look at how we're going to move forward because of some of the materials that the old floor was made of. It's kind of on hold for the rest of the summer because it's really not the time of year, which is our most busy time of the year, to start ripping up pews and doing floor work. So we will address that in early fall as we move forward. One of the projects we did at Our Lady of the Assumption, through a very generous donation, was we began to paint the sanctuary of the church. And it's a different coloring and a whole different theme that we have using stenciling. I'm delighted how the sanctuary came out, and that same donor has extended their generosity, and we will be painting the rest of the church sometime in the fall. Some of the projects we need to look at is water problems, especially at St. Anne's, but also a few water problems here at Our Lady of the Assumption, and other outdoor focuses, and putting a schedule together of maintenance so that we prioritize what needs to be done before other things. More to come about that, but I just wanted to give an update of what is going on and why things are done the way they were done. I announced earlier today that we will be installing air conditioners at St. Anne's in a couple weeks. I hope that project will be completed for the weekend of July 13th and 14th. So that will be a good addition to St. Anne's, and it would also help with keeping a drier environment. Our two grand annuals, usually they were done at different times of the year, but this year they're going to be introduced mid to late July. We ask you to be as generous as you can for the grand annual campaigns that we are doing. There'll be a letter coming out, as I said, sometime mid to late July. At the end of July, the last weekend July, we have a Maryknoll missionary coming for our mission appeal, and we look forward to meeting him and hearing his story and hearing the work of the Maryknoll missionaries. Lastly, as we've mentioned, both of our churches, both of our parishes are celebrating our anniversaries. Our Lady of the Assumption will be celebrating their 75th anniversary, and St. Anne's will be celebrating their 80th anniversary. The 75th anniversary for Our Lady of the Assumption is this August, and Cardinal Sean is coming to celebrate a Mass. Next summer, we'll be celebrating the 80th anniversary of St. Anne's, and we will be having a bunch of different events, both for Our Lady of the Assumption anniversary and St. Anne's anniversary. Both parishes were beach chapels from the beginning, and they were both under the auspices of St. Joseph's Parish in Kingston. So we've kind of gone back to our roots because originally these two church communities have been collaborating under the leadership of St. Joseph's Parish in Kingston. So we've gone back to that kind of collaborative relationship. So as we celebrate our anniversaries, we move forward as a collaborative. I invite you to continue to pray for our collaborative and to work toward the work we're doing. Again, I thank you very much for your year of working together as we complete that first year as collaborative. And we ask God to continually bless our collaborative. Again, thank you for all that you do, and continued blessings upon your work in this vineyard in Marshfield.